Welcome to Rekha's Healthy Aging. Healthy aging is in your hands. I am a physical therapist with over 3 decades of experience in geriatrics and neurology. I'm also certified in functional standards of optimal aging. Last video on strength, I showed you the connection between muscle strength and function about walking, running, climbing stairs, etc. Today, I want to stress on the fact that muscle strength is strongly linked to bone strength. How is that possible? So, as we lose muscle with age, the process is called sarcopenia, and when bones get brittle, it's called osteopenia. Now, bone is a living tissue. Like all other tissues in our body, it's constantly being formed and absorbed. As we age, this process, the ratio changes. There's less bone formation and more absorption. Now, why is that? Because as our muscles get weaker, muscles are attached to the bone and they make lesser demands on the bone if they are weak themselves. So, we need to be really careful about building muscle strength in order to maintain bone strength, because with poor bone strength, you start developing not only frailty and risk for fractures, but you also start getting back pains, joint pains, osteoporosis. So, to all this is avoidable with some strengthening exercises. Remember, none of the programs I show you is a one size fits all. You have to use your judgment, check with your doctor, or if you've had recent surgery, have chronic disease or chronic pain, please make sure your healthcare professional clears you to do the program. So, as in every segment, I've always tried to show you an objective measure that can give you a number for what your baseline is. So, today I'm going to show you the Planck test, which tells you how your core muscles in your spine, so abdominals and your back extensors, hold up, because this is a great predictor for future potential for back pain if you're below a certain number. So I'm going to demonstrate the Planck test now. So for the Planck test, what you have to do is go down on your elbows and toes, and you want your whole body to be in a straight line, and all you need is a timer on your phone. So you just set the stopwatch and try to hold it for as long as you can without your bottom sticking up. It has to be down in a straight line, and you shouldn't start trembling. You should hold it steady for as long as you can. So the minimum cutoff score for this test is 73 seconds. If you're below that, it shows that you're at high risk for back pain. What are core muscles? This basically strengthens the core of the spine, which are the innermost muscles wrapped around the inside of the spine. So it's not like having a six-pack of abs. Those are the outermost abdominal muscles. These are the ones that are inside. And so you need to just maintain this. The best part is that this test is also the exercise that you need to do to increase it. So once you establish a baseline, after that, you can build up from there. You can start with just 5 seconds, 10 seconds, whatever. So in the previous strengthening segment where I talked about muscle strength and function, it was designed for people who don't include any strengthening in their regular routine. So they were very basic exercises, which I called the simple 5. Today's exercises are more advanced. They are for people who already do some. In both sets, I do keep in mind that I include all major muscle groups in the arms and legs and the core. So these are a little more advanced, intermediate level, and I call these the standard 5. I use only 5 so that you don't get overwhelmed. You always have to first do your stretching before you start your exercises. which were the initial segments I had shown you. Now, in this segment of standard 5, the plank test I showed you is also your first exercise. So now we'll go down to the second exercise. So your next exercise in the standard 5, I want you to get on all fours on your hands and knees. Your hands are shoulder width apart, your knees are hip distance apart, and you're just on your hands and knees, tighten your abdominal muscles, pull them up towards your navel, and then you're going to do an opposite arm and leg crunch. So you raise your arm and leg shoulder height and a little higher than your hip height, and you bend your elbow towards your knee. So this is one repetition. And as you're doing it, you keep taking nice deep breaths. Never hold your breath when you're doing. And so you do 10 repetitions on one side, and then always repeat it on the other side. And now we'll do 10 on the other side. So this is also a great core exercise. And in addition, it's strengthening your gluteus muscles, working your shoulder and your upper extremity. It's overall just a great whole body exercise. So this is your last one on the mat for today. The next one, we are going to bring a chair. So now I've placed a chair that is a 17-inch seat height against the wall. I'm sitting at the edge of the chair with both my hands also on the edge of the chair, and I'm going to do a triceps dip. This is a great upper body exercise. It also makes you control the core and use isometric exercise muscles in the lower extremities. So what you have to do is just slide off the edge, do a dip, and then back up again. Slide off, do a dip, and back up again. So as usual, we will aim for 8 to 10 repetitions depending on your strength level. If you start with just 5, that's fine. That's your strength. But your goal is to build up to 8, 10, and 12. And then that counts for one set. As this gets easier for you, then you can take a minute's rest and do a second set in the next week. And then when that gets easy, your final goal is 3 sets of 10 to 12 repetitions. So your next exercise is one of my favorites. It's great for lower extremity strengthening, and as you get older, it maintains such good leg strength for fall prevention and good reaction time, and overall just the best. So the starting position, this is for the squat. You have to keep your feet shoulder width apart and keep your body nice and straight, your abdominal muscles tucked in, and then as you go down into the squatting position, you raise your hands up. You have to stick your bottom out as if you're going to sit on a chair. So what you have to be mindful is that your knees don't cross your toes, so you're not bending forward like that. This is the correct position. So if you're new to squats, you can do this as a reference by keeping a chair behind you, and then you just go slowly down and slowly up. On the way down, you exhale. On the way up, you inhale. This is also fantastic to get strong knees so that you have such good muscular support around your knee joint that you never get knee pain. Then as you get stronger, you don't have to have the chair behind you, and you can dip down lower. So you keep your hands in front, same position, and you can go down much lower. And this is excellent for all lower extremity strength. And as I've explained before, for strengthening, you have to repeat the same exercises a minimum of twice a week as per the Center for Disease Control to get a strengthening effect. You can't keep changing it to different sets and do it just once a week. You need to do 8 to 10 repetitions and build up to 3 sets and repeat twice a week. With strengthening exercises, do not do them on 2 consecutive days because muscles take 48 hours to recover. So always do strengthening alternate day. I prefer to personally do it 3 times a week. 2 is the bare minimum. So now in the standard 5, the last exercise, I'm going to show you a little harder version of calf strengthening, which is great to maintain your walking speed, the push off when you walk, and then of course for running and climbing stairs and fall prevention. So what you have to do, last time in the simple 5, we were doing a bilateral heel raise with both your legs. This time you can use a back of a chair for a little support, but I want you to lift one leg up and then just do heel raises with one heel. So you go up and down. So basically your entire body is acting as the weight or the resistance that you're lifting. So my goal with the simple 5 and the standard 5 is to show you exercises that you can easily do at home with minimum to no equipment. So now repeat it on the other side. So you lift your heel up as high as you can and you use the chair just for very light balance. I just have my fingers on the chair since my other leg is up, and then you're again going to use the same strengthening principles of doing 8 to 10 repetitions in the first week. As you get used to it, you can increase it to 2 sets and 3 sets. In my next segment, I'm going to explain the connection between muscle strength and disease prevention. So any of the exercises I'm showing you in this strengthening modules, whether it's the simple 5, the standard 5, and the next advanced section is going to be called the superset. Any of the 3 which works for you will help with disease prevention like heart attacks and strokes, and prevention of fractures, prevention of frailty, and pain prevention. So see you next time. Don't forget to hit subscribe if you like my channel.